Today we are looking at the Prime 92 version of Rivaldo. We have reviewed his base and his mid on the channel already, so if you want to go check them out if you're not sure which one is the best one, they are on the channel. He's got medium-low work rates, left-footed, 4-star skill, 4-star weak foot. Can play left mid, left wing, centre forward and cams. He's got some nice position changes there. But if you were to look at this card as the base stats, fantastic acceleration, sprint speed, absolutely outstanding shot power, composure, agility, ball control. Even the passing is also very, very good. I've always said if this card had 4-star weak foot, it would be one of the most meta cards in the game. In terms of traits, got finesse, shot, and flair. Nothing else too crazy there. We're going to go for a hunter today, and I'll explain a little bit more at the end of the review on football. We'll talk about chem styles, pricing, what I thought about the card, best positions, and much more. That being said, let's go jump into some gameplay, but have a word from today's sponsor first. Are you tired of playing sweat teams like this? Make sure you go to Alt Nice, select foot 23 coins, choose which console and how many coins you'd like to buy, select your payment method, and don't forget to add code NaNNiK for 6% off on all orders. So today with Rivaldo, we are going to be playing in our 4-2-2 system that we always play. He's going to be playing out on the left-hand side, just like we did with his base and mid. And they're going to be the real comparisons today. His main job is, if he gets across goal, I want to see what that shooting across goal is like with his left foot. Because he's got such high shot power, I would imagine he's going to get quite a lot of them in. Of course, his passing, his link-up play, especially playing out wide. We've got space here. I think he's just beat us on the offside trap. He hasn't. There's a great tackle there. Bad touch from me. I actually thought it was offside. But that's going to be his role today, sitting out there. We may put him up front if I feel like we need to. We get Rivaldo there, across it. Oh, off the bar. And that's exactly what we need him to be doing. Right, got a counter-attack. Got Rivaldo peeling off already. We find him. He is man marking it. Got to Rivaldo on the ball here. Oh, we got ourselves a penalty there. Very lucky with the dribble in there. Terrible tackle from our opponent. We will take the penalty with Rivaldo, but it doesn't really matter whether he scores it or not. It all comes down to whether the keeper's going to move the right way or not. You see there, 98, 92, 94 set pieces and 96 penalties. So let's take it with Rivaldo. Going to bury it into the bottom left if we can. And an absolutely fantastic penalty there. So far what I'm noticing with Rivaldo is, when he runs with the ball, he's lightning fast. He does have a little bit of a weird dribble at times, though, where he knocks the ball a little bit too far ahead. And I do think that's down to his animation at times. And his body build or body type, which we'll cover a bit more on Footbin near the end. But in terms of this sort of situation here, we break him off. Good tackle. He's really good at opening up the space there. That's one thing I have noticed with him. Again, we got the space from terrible defending. Rivaldo peeling in. Keepers come out. Rivaldo on the ball. Oh, great tackle there. Trying to do some skill, but he didn't. But he does win the ball back. The rainbow flick, the first time volley, and that is exactly what we need from Rivaldo there. You've got to do skill when you've got a Brazilian. His left foot across goal, just as I expected, is going to be absolutely dangerous. The power on the shot is what makes it so good. And that's why we kind of went for a hunter to boost up his acceleration and pace more than his actual finishing. Most of the time, I'd go for a hawk to boost up the attack, the shot power, but we've actually gone for the hunter for that reason. Skill again, we get absolutely hacked down. We keep going this time. Driving past, our opponent's literally lost his head. And we haven't had another goal kick there. We have got ourselves another penalty, so we will take it with Rivaldo, and I think we'll go jump into another game after this because our opponent is absolutely terrible. We're going to bury this bottom right if we can. A lot of power on it this time. And an absolute thunderous penalty. So let's go jump into a second game. So into our next game then. So far, so good with Rivaldo. I've noticed that he is very one-foot heavy in terms of just doing skill. As you see there, lovely skill. Good left stick dribbling, but his right-footed pass there. He does give the ball away with that 2-star weak foot. He's also shooting is a little bit inconsistent at times as well. And that's just something to really realise. A lot of people that play against Rivaldo know he's left-footed and they know he's one-footed. So they're only going to put him onto his right every time. Good pressure from him though. Managed to get the ball to him. Bit of step over, we can drive past. Good tackle from Carl Walker. Right, we've got ourselves a bit of space for once. Rivaldo options here. Getting a bit slow going into full speed. Good left stick dribbling past one. Try to get past the other with the skill. But you can see there he becomes very predictable with his left foot. I would worry about playing him on the right-hand side for that reason alone. We do actually get some space with him, but nowhere to go. Unfortunately, we use him as a dummy run, wait for him to get back on side. As you can see, our opponent's playing very aggressive press. Rivaldo here, he's got the options. Left foot pass, perfectly good left foot pass. Into the left footed again. Shot across goal, and there's the assist right there for Rivaldo. But like I said, if you push more central with him, you've got a choice of going left or right. But he is so one-footed, you have to remember that with him. And yes, he's great at left foot passing, but his right foot, as I keep mentioning, is very inconsistent. But he is still very good at opening up space if you need him to. depending on what foot you have him on. So, for example, here, I've got to get him on his left foot, bit of skill in, and then we've got the open through ball straight into Rivaldo. Bit of skill, and we can get another assist there from him just by opening up that space with him. You have to force the ball there a lot. If I had him on the right-hand side with his left foot cutting in to shoot, I think he becomes extremely predictable, whereas on the left-hand side, you can obviously cross it in, cut back, and try and shoot from outside the foot. Or you have many more options of going across goal as well. I do think that is his best position, that's for sure. On a ball, rainbow flip past one. Now we're going into full speed with him. Once he hits his full speed, he's almost uncatchable. Bit of skill there. He manages to jam his way through. And a great finish again. Like I said, across goal, he's fantastic. Executing skill, he's also very, very good. Again, but it's solely on the left-hand side. I think we've seen enough gameplay. I did play a few games on and off the camera. So we've seen a couple games on the camera. A couple games I played off the camera as well. So I think we got a really good result on what we need to do and what we need to talk about his card. So let's go jump onto Footbin now. So we are on Footbin. He's about 415,000 coins. What we pay for him. We were to quickly compare him to his mid. There's only -2s and -1s, and the same for his base is a big difference. So his base, of course, is the worst one. I personally actually lean way more towards the mid because of the pricing of him. There's only -1s and -2s. Yes, he can only play left mid cam centre forward, but you can obviously do that inside the game of chemistry. But there isn't much difference between the cards. So if I were to lean towards this one, because of the pricing, I think this Rivaldo will eventually drop down to the similar price, which will then make the mid even more cheaper, and obviously the base. But talking about the mid in particular, we had a Hunter on him today, and that was really to maximize his pace, and I did notice it instantly how much quicker he was with a Hunter. I also tried him with a Hawk like I do with most icons, and yes, it was a very similar result, but for something about it, having the Hunter just made him feel a little bit better. I don't think you would notice the +4s on pace because of between the Hunter and the Hawk. But you've got those two choices as a must-have chem styles. A lot of people suggesting engine, and that's to boost up his balance. But you can see today the left stick dribbling and the skill moves are very, very responsive with him. That's because of his build and his high agility already. Being high in average means he's going to feel a little bit clunky in heavy gameplay. So when the content comes out straight away on the server. But if you're playing like midday or mid-afternoon or even late night, he's going to feel very, very responsive. The big letdown for me is his work rates. If he had high-low, he would be so much better. It just means that sometimes, especially where we were playing him, he's meant to sit on last man and sort of break through with a through ball, but he sits a little bit deeper. He doesn't move that far forward all the time, and it is a little bit frustrating to have to keep making him run up by doing 1-2 passes with L1 or LB, or making him manually run by doing LB or L1 as well. His 2-star weak foot has always been the problem, and like I said at the start of the video, if this card had 4-star weak foot minimum, this would be a really high-end tier card. But because of the 2-star weak foot, everybody knows he's left foot. He's been in the game for long enough and through the FIFAs that people know he's left-footed. And he does become very predictable at times. I think playing him on the left-hand side is better because you can do the crosses with his left foot. You can do the skill moves and you can shoot across goal or even cut into pass with his left foot. If you play him on the right-hand side, he can't pass that great with his right foot, which is his weak foot. Which means the crosses aren't always consistent. His 1-2 passes aren't always consistent. If you then cut into shoot, people can move their goalkeeper over to save the finesse. So it's something to really consider. He can definitely play striker, but you'll end up finding him really being dominant with his left foot. So again, he's definitely suited to play striker or left wing or left mid. I think the other positions you may be lacking. But don't let that to tell you off the card. It is a very fun card to use. He is very, very quick. He is very, very clinical. But you've got to know how to use that type of card. But as always, if you have any more questions about this card or any other card in the game, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of icon reviews, player reviews, pack openings, how to grind SBCs if you don't have any budgets, and much more. So hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. See ya.